Okay, greetings everybody. In this series of videos I'm going to walk you guys through the Olympus menu system, how I set it up, what I use most of all, what I don't use, and just to give you a very brief overview of how this menu system works, let's have a look at the different items that we'll see when we first switch the camera on. On the left hand side you've got 6 main menu items. The first 2 have got to do with shooting settings on the camera. These are basically one-page menus, so you'll have a look here, you'll see that if I scroll all the way down, that's it, there's only one page of settings on that one there. Same with this one here. Shooting menu 2, you'll see that there's literally only one page of settings. Same thing for shooting menu, playback menu 3, which is the third item over here. Scrolled right through, it's only 3 pages. So those first 3 pages there are to do with various things related to the actual camera. For example, on shooting menu 1, card setup, this is where you would format or erase the card. So if you wanted to format, you'd go through the menu items. It's fairly straightforward, and that's that. You'd get back to the menu by pressing menu. Resets, my sets, etc. I'll go into all of these things in more detail in specific menus related to that, specific videos related to that. Okay. The scary menu, the one that catches most people out, is the custom menu. Now the EM1, which is the camera I'm using here, along with many of the other OM-D and other Olympus cameras, just about everything is customizable on these cameras. So this is where a lot of people have issues. We'll get into this stuff in later videos, but for now you'll notice that there's more than one screen of settings here, and within each of these settings, as we move towards the right hand side, you'll see that you've got even more. So for example here under autofocus mode, you're now starting to get down to 6 or 7 levels deep in the menus, and this is where a lot of people have difficulty in trying to translate that stuff back to the older camera system that they would have used, for example a Nikon or a Canon system. Okay, so there is also a 5th menu item here, which is called an accessory port menu. It's got something to do with stuff that Olympus does if you sign up with them. PenPal albums and shares. There's a grayed out electronic viewfinder menu item here. I never knew what that stuff is, but what I do when I'm setting up an Olympus camera for the first time is I will switch this particular menu off, which you can do by going to the setup menu item. If you go down here, you'll see that there's an item here called menu display. All I do is I click OK on that, and the cog menu I don't want to make disappear, because that's all the customizations, that scary color-coded menu that I just showed you a bit earlier on. Menu display here is the one that has to do with the Olympus stuff that I don't want to display. So I can switch that off. I select OK and I press menu to go back, and there we go. Now you'll notice that that particular item is no longer there. If you were to give this camera to somebody who isn't familiar with, or doesn't really want to set up anything or change anything, they want to just keep it in dummy mode, you can switch off the custom menu items here. But most photographers would never do that, because you would not be able to make many useful changes to the camera. Okay, so that's it for the first video in this series. Stay tuned for the other videos. If you have any comments about this one, just knock them up in the bottom of this video. If you're on Photo Zones, you'll use the comment section there. If you're on YouTube, you can use the comment section there. And we'll see you in the next one.